Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how I make this cool Russian spiral beaded bracelet. Okay, for this project we are going to need number 3 bugle beads. You are also going to want some 12/0 seed beads. I have a 12mm lobster clasp, a 4mm jump ring, and a wire guard. For my thread today, I'm going to be using 6-pound Fireline crystal. For cutting my thread, I'm going to be using my handy dandy thread zap. I love this thing. You are also going to need a pair of needle nose pliers to open up your jump ring. I am going to be using my usual big eye needle. And this next thing is optional, but I really love having this jump ring opener. It's so much better than trying to use 2 pliers at once. So to start off, we are going to pick up 1 seed bead, 1 bugle bead, 2 more seed beads, another bugle bead, 2 more seed beads, and a final bugle bead. And so when you have it all together, it looks like this. We're going to pull that down to about where we have 6 to 8 inches of tail for our thread. And then I am going to tie those beads into a triangle-shaped loop with a simple overhand knot. Now I am going to double knot it with a surgeon's knot. And I am going to pull that as tight as I can. I want this to be real snug. And then guess what? I'm going to do another surgeon's knot because you cannot have too secure of a knot, okay? That bitch ain't going nowhere. So now I have my little triangle loop, and I want to make sure that the thread tails are poking out of the right-hand side of that single seed bead that we put on, okay? And just to make things a little easier to see, here's where I am going to put a little stick. You can use a pencil or whatever you have lying around. This is optional, but I think it makes it easier in the first couple rows to keep yourself oriented. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up 1 seed bead and then 1 bugle bead. And I'm going to thread them through the second seed bead on the right-hand side. You want to pull that nice and tight, and you want to make sure that it is lying above your little triangle loop. Okay, so all our new beads are going above the previous beads. So next I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead and 1 bugle bead, and just like before, I'm going to put them through the second seed bead to the right. And just like before, you want to make sure that it's laying above the original triangle hoop that you put on. Again, I'm going to pick up another seed bead and another bugle bead, and I am going to thread them into the second seed bead on the right. And until you get a couple of rows on, the beads that you just put on are going to want to flop down to the bottom, so just keep pushing them up there until you get those rows on. And also keep pulling these stitches as tight as you can manage. And so this is the point where your beads are finally not going to be like flopping around, they're going to stay where you put them. And so we're just going to keep repeating this stitch. Pick up 1 seed bead, 1 bugle bead, and put it through the topmost seed bead on the right hand side. It's literally just that same pattern up until you try and finish off the bracelet. So I think one of the most important parts of this bracelet is making sure that your stitches are nice and snug. Because if they're not snug, your bracelet's gonna look like loose and sad, and nobody wants that. So we just continue putting on 1 seed bead, 1 bugle bead, and stitching it in there as tight as you can pull it. And the tighter you make these stitches along the way, the neater your bracelet is going to look. So you can see sometimes me pinching the triangles together while I try and tighten And I know I go out of frame sometimes when I'm tightening because I just am trying to pull these so tight, just as tight as I really can without trying to snap the thread or something. And it is a lot harder to pull it really, really tight with this stick in here, so I try to take it out as soon as I can. I'm getting kind of fed up with it being in there, and once you put on a couple rows, you really don't need it anymore. So when I see it starting to get that little swirl going, like I can see it starting to spiral, I will take the stick out so that I can pull my stitches tighter. And what you will see me do when I take the stick out is that now that there's not a stick in the way, I flip it around so that I'm actually working from the back side. And that way I can loop the thread around my finger to keep it taut while I am getting ready to stitch more beads in. So again, 1 seed bead, 1 bugle bead going into the topmost seed bead going counterclockwise. One seed bead, 1 bugle bead going into the topmost seed bead. And you're just going to keep doing this over and over and over until you have the basic length of the bracelet that you want. And I do apologize for going out of frame basically like every time I tighten, but I'm just so used to making these short videos and you just have so much more vertical space, so I'm not used to making these normal aspect ratio videos. I promise I will try and keep my tightening more in frame in future videos, but I already have like 3 or 4 of these filmed and I'm not going to redo them, so hopefully you can get the gist of what I'm doing. And I mean, you might be surprised with how much more difficult having a camera right in front of your work makes it to bead. I mean, I've been beading for decades now, and it's not really difficult at all, but when you have a camera right where your face should be and you're trying to like look around it while you're beading, it's definitely a new experience that I'm gonna have to get used to. So I'm not going to make you watch me put 1,000 stitches onto this bracelet since they're all going to be the same stitch, but I will check up with you so that you can see how the bracelet is progressing along the way. And so now we've finally gotten to the point where it's really starting to look spirally. You can see it twisting pretty good. A few moments later. So this is about 12 rows on the bracelet, and now you can see that it's almost got a full twist in it. So I am just going to keep on going. 1 hour later. So this is about 24 rows, and now we have 2 full twists. So I am going to show you how I go about adding thread to a project where your tail is gotten a little too short to work with. First, you are going to take the tail that is attached to your work and you're going to burn it just a little bit with a lighter, and that will make this little nubbin on the end of the thread. And you need that nubbin because this thread is very slippery, so if you just tie it in a knot without that nub on the end, it's gonna slip right out of the knot. Doesn't matter how many knots you do. You could do 3 knots, it's gonna slip right out. So I'm also going to do that to the end of the thread that I'm tying onto it. And that way when I tie them together, you can see there are 2 little nubs here so that the knot's not going to come undone because those nubs are going to catch it. Three years later. Now I have gotten my bracelet to almost the length that I want it to be. So first off, I'm going to stick my thread right in between a bugle bead and the seed bead right here, right next to where the thread is coming out, and pull it through until I've made a little loop. I'm going to put the needle right back through that loop so that when I pull it tight, it creates a little knot in there, and that's going to keep the work that we've already done nice and secure and tight while we finish this bracelet off. And then I am going to thread my needle through 1 bugle bead and 2 of the seed beads to end up where we need to be to start finishing off this bracelet. So first I am going to pick up 3 seed beads. Then I'm going to pick up my lobster clasp, and then I'm going to pick up 3 more seed beads. And I am going to thread them into the topmost seed bead on the right. I am going to pull that nice and tight, and then I'm going to thread through another bugle bead and another 2 seed beads to put on the 3rd leg. So I'm going to put on 3 more seed beads and thread that through my lobster clasp and through 3 of the seed beads that are on either side of the lobster clasp. Pull that pretty tight. And then we're gonna thread that through a bugle bead and a seed bead and a bugle bead and a seed bead, and we're gonna work our way down the spiral. And every once in a while, I'm going to stick my needle through a thread bridge between 2 beads and make a little loop, thread my needle back through that loop to make a knot, pull it nice and tight. And I'm gonna do that several times so that I can make sure that my work is really secure. Because like I said, you cannot have too secure of a knot, and I do not want this thing going anywhere. So we are gonna make sure that that stays in there. And when I feel like it's nice and secure, I'm going to take my little thread zapper and just zap that little tail right off there. And there we have one side of our bracelet all finished off. We're going to do a very similar thing on the other side, but instead of a lobster clasp, we're going to use a little wire guard. So we want our tail to be coming out of the right hand side of this seed bead, so I'm going to thread my needle through that seed bead. And then we're in perfect position to start finishing off our bracelet, so I'm going to put on 3 seed beads. And then I'm going to take our little wire guard and I'm going to pinch it closed with my needle nose pliers. And then I thread my needle up through the wire guard and then down through the other side. And then I'm going to put on 3 more seed beads and thread them through the topmost seed bead on the right. And we're also going to go through a bugle bead and another seed bead in order to get to the spot where we can put that last leg on. We're going to put on 3 more seed beads. go up through one of the legs of our wire guard and then down through the other leg of the wire guard. And then we're also going to go back down through the 3 seed beads that are attached to that leg. And as always, it's super important to make sure we are keeping these stitches nice and tight as we go. And then we're going to go back down through a bugle bead, a seed bead, a bugle bead, a seed bead, making our way back down the spiral so that we can tie off. And every once in a while, just like the last side that we did, I'm going to be putting my needle between the beads through the thread bridge and making a little loop with my thread so that I can pull the needle back through that loop and make a knot. And as always, you're going to want to do this at least 2 or 3 times to make sure that your bracelet is not going to unravel. And then when I feel like it's secure enough, I'm just gonna melt that bad boy right off. Now our bracelet is almost finished. We just have to add the jump ring. So I'm gonna take the jump ring in my pliers and use my handy dandy little jump ring opener to open up the one side of the jump ring, and then we're gonna stick it right on to our bracelet. I'm using my jump ring opener to close it right back up so that we can make sure that our jump ring is on there securely. And then we have our finished bracelet. It didn't quite take 3 years to make, but almost. It felt like it. And now we have a new beautiful piece of beaded jewelry. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you for watching, and okay, bye!